Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode.
All right, here we go. Today is going to be an interesting day. So, long story short, in December, my first location had a stellar month. I knew we were up near the end, but I didn't know how much we were up because I thought we were just up to par. I didn't think we were up beyond instantly noticeable. But got a call from the franchise founder, the CEO. He's like, "Hey man, congrats! You had a great month." I'm like, "Oh, thanks. Yeah, it looks like we're up quite a bit." So it's been a lot of fun. And he jokingly said "Hey, so what's your secret sauce? How'd you do it? You're crushing it." And I responded, "Well, I'm using this agency. I know that they've done some really great work for some peers of mine, and they did this and this for me, and I did this and this as part of the agreement. And yeah, that's how we did it." He's like, "Oh man, that's awesome. Could you connect me?" So connected the agency with the CEO of the franchise that I'm in, and they're calling really well. I gave the agency a heads up to hey, we have 50 franchises in the system. I think this could go really well. Yeah, let me know if there's anything I can do to tee you up for this to go well. And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man. You could jump me with these 2 or 3 things." I'm like, "Oh, totally." So I got him some industry stuff, some things that would give him some reference for how to speak to the right way. Because there's different ways across the country to say things. Even internationally, there's different ways to say the same thing with different lingo. And you want to say the actual real thing, but you want to say it in the right cultural context or geographic context. And so had a quick practice session on how his agency world works and how our franchise system works. We have a few quirks in our system and wanted to make sure he was aware of those so he wasn't coming in blind on some of the nuances that I knew that were going to be kind of old school with our system. And so I had a quick prep call or prep convo or Slack. It went really smooth. And then he and the franchise founder met, and it went really well. Fortunately, we have a great story. We had a really great month. Obviously, the first month or two of ramp up and getting set up. So it wasn't like peaches and cream all over the place, but we had a killer month, which really speaks for itself. And at the end of it, the founder said, "Hey, would you be willing to help out some of our franchisees? They could use this. They're struggling in the areas that you're strong at." And so now it's all stellar. And it's just such a great feeling. One thing, I'm still a little bit stressed about the finances because, SBA payments and payroll and stuff, working their way back up. But when things are working and you're connecting and you're able to send out good stuff, it just really, really goes well. And so I'm stoked. Today, and it benefits with both of these small businesses. The founder, CEO in both instances they're still alive. They're still reachable. They're still not overly scheduled so that they can do stuff like this. And, there's a lot of franchises where the founders have they've sold their stake. They've had an equity event. They moved on. It's now owned by a private company or a public company. And so stuff like this doesn't really funnel up as quickly. There's a lot of franchises that have been started and sold and you don't even know who the founder was because the founder is long gone. And so for something like this, it gives in my mind, a lot of validity to the system, to how it all works. Because the goal of, I'm learning, what is my job as an owner or as an owner? And my job is to get the right people doing the right thing in the right cadence with each other. So with my club manager, it's what do they have so that they have a good success? For my workout instructor, what does she have so that she's able to write good programs and get feedback? For instructors, what do they have? What do they need? And my job isn't really to do finance or accounting or sales or marketing or operations. It's to make sure that the people in those head of department roles have what they've got and they can go do amazing work at their thing. And right now people are doing amazing work. And the owner, founder of my franchise, he's great at the skill set in our kickboxing space. He's phenomenal at martial arts, kickboxing, but the sales and marketing, that's not his prime zone of genius. And so when we find someone who's able to have that zone of genius, who knows marketing and sales and lead gen and follow up and nurture and booking appointments, like those are folks that need to be working together. They both benefit when they work together. And so I think today's going to go really, really well. I'm really stoked, really excited. It's going to be a little crazy because I have a day job call at the exact same time that I cannot get out of. And I have this call, which I'm going to have a speaking portion at the franchise call. So I'll be playing a little bit of the Zoom camera thing and figuring out when I speak and when I engage on one thing or the next. And so, a little stressed about that, but what's the worst that's going to happen? As long as my controllable is my mute button. If I can control the mute button, I'm good. Now, I'm going to keep my camera off when needed. But man, today's going to be a great day. Control what you can control, set the right people up to do the right thing. And I'm just stoked. And yeah, just a side note that we'll wrap. It's these kinds of things that you cannot plan for. In a small way, it's a little miracle because it's like, how's the gym going to do? Okay. How's my day job going to go? You need little miracles and little moments in life to give you that vitality and that like refreshment that you're not alone. You're not winning by yourself. You're not losing by yourself. You're not having to figure this out and you're in a silo. Like you're working with people. Like you've got some good stuff. And I'm just grateful. I'm just really grateful. I'm really excited for this. Can't wait to see how this rolls out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some great results, some great testimonial time, and we're going to have a chance to showcase how we can get some amazing results for other franchisees. That's where we're at. That's where we're going. Let's rock and roll.
This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.